No, I got to lean in.
What's up, everybody? It's me again, and it's time to lean in, bitch. We're here for the Real Housewives of Miami, season 4, the reboot. What's this? Reunion part 2? Well, actually, this is the last episode of the whole season.
Last episode.
The last one. I just want to start off by saying that it actually the season was good. It had some moments where it was a little slow, but it was like just the right amount of time. I'm not glad that it's ending, but I'm happy that they came to a conclusion, and we can hopefully get some season 5 content based off that. So, how you doing, Chase? You look fab over there, child.
Trying to get it together, honey. You know, she gets straight off the people job and come straight to the other job, honey. So,
Listen, me too, but I sit in the same chair, so it's a little easier.
I'll be all over the house trying to get it together for this. I'm excited though. How's everybody doing?
Amazing. How are you?
All right.
Jamie, you doing okay?
Baby, I'm feeling my Danny fantasy. My allergies have been killing me all
Ooh.
day. I can't see. I can't breathe. But
Not
I'm
you can
here
breathe.
by the grace of God.
Well, I'm glad you were able to make it. It's gonna be a pretty good little show based off of this. I mean, it was enough to talk about. I feel like it wasn't a whole lot, but just enough. Before we get started, I do want to say, don't forget to hit that like button, like I always say, and subscribe to the channel for all post notifications. And anything we post, like just subscribe, and you'll know the moment it's posted. And also, Chase, we talked about this on Tuesday. We advertised your interview, but it actually aired yesterday. And I think many of us chimed in. How are you feeling that you interviewed the cheekbone Miss Cynthia Bailey?
I feel good. Like I'm overwhelmed. Like it's bigger than just like that interview. It was a lot for me to even like get to that point and get back to where I'm at and be here with you guys and do that again. And it just felt like, you know how you feel like there's something that you're supposed to do and you know what it is and you don't necessarily walk in it. So when you kind of tiptoe in, it's like, bitch, let me go ahead and put these shoes on, honey, and get on down the thing, okay? And so I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good, and thank y'all for the support, the love, and everything. I appreciate y'all the long way. The long way.
It was. I didn't watch all of it, but I was in and out. I kept butting my little head in, and I came out. But I was watching her. And Cynthia, you know, she's not just like my fave, but she was very likable.
She gave it up
in the chat. Like they see why she's always booked. Like, I think you said that, but in general, like she is like she seems to be like a cool person. I mean, I didn't see Cynthia. I saw Cynthia Bailey, so
yeah, she's definitely not my favorite, but I was enthralled the whole interview. Like it was just. You guys had great chemistry. I could see why she was on that interview. Made me realize a lot of things about her. Why she was around for so long. While people may call her boring, she's very likable. She's engaging. I understood more last night than the whole time she's been on Housewives. Even when I questioned why she said it, I understood last night.
You know, I noticed something. She when she came, she was early. Like she didn't have a staff with her. She was doing it on her own. Like those type of things speak to her work ethic. But another thing that I noticed, because you know we always have these critiques on these housewives, and this one's boring, and this one's loud, and the bitch, and the messy, da da da. And it resonated with me when I was speaking to her that it does not matter if the cast likes you. It matters if the executives and the people behind the camera like you, because they are essentially the ones that have you in the room. So with her being the way that she is, I see why she, as we've all just said, continues to stay booked and busy. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I put the Instagram up here to where you can go. The entire platform, you can find all of their content on their Instagram. But then you can also it's on YouTube, so you can find it there as well. And then maybe I'll remind you at the end of it. But let's talk about what Morgan says. Cynthia is a good mutual person in the cast. She is. So let's talk about Real Housewives of Miami. Let's talk about Kanye's dick. Let's talk about Lisa. Let's talk about, you know, Alexia and all those girls, Nicole, Julia, all that. Let's get into those girls because that's what we're here for. They pick up where they left off, where they're talking about Nicole getting married. And we talked about this a little bit last week. You know, it kind of was a shocker even to me when we saw that it happened about a month or so ago. Whenever it was, I remember we posted in our group chat. I think somebody posted it, and we were talking about it. I was like, oh, okay, because during the show, she didn't give off that she wanted to get married. It seemed like it just wasn't a thing for her. So they touched on it at the reunion, and it's a lot of questions. You know, they basically are saying that she didn't tell anybody. And I guess her closest friend on the cast is Lisa, Lisa said she spoke to her several times. She didn't know. And so then the girls start speculating that maybe she did it because she had a deal, you know what I'm saying, with People Magazine, and she kind of denied that and kind of just said that she said she was doing what she was instructed. But did she kind of deny the People Magazine comment or no? Because I was kind of confused.
No, she acknowledged it because Marisol tried to throw a dig and said it's People Online.
Yeah.
And then, she confirmed that it would be in print and she would send Marisol a copy. But no, she she said that that she was instructed to do so and she just didn't know how to navigate. She figured she just followed instructions. And the other girl said, we would have kept it a secret. And I understand Nicole's doubts, why thinking, somebody like Marisol would keep it a secret. And I also think that Nicole always wanted to get married. I just think she went along with that story thinking he didn't want to get married. She just to save face always said, it's not important to me. But I think she always wanted to get married.
Okay. TKC said she acknowledged after she got caught lying. I feel like she did. Forth. I mean, to be honest, it did. Nicole wasn't looking that good in that moment, and it's some more about it. Go ahead, Chase.
I was gonna say that it feels like they're framing her as a poser.
Yeah, I was gonna say that. Even Andy was like, kind of like, he was asking the questions, but I feel like he wanted to know himself.
Yeah.
Well,
that's an interesting slant.
I believe her when she said she all this media and stuff, she's new to it. I believe it. Like, you're on a reality show for the first time ever. We saw the first half of it. She didn't really know how to navigate. She woke up about episode, 7 or 8. So, like, to get a publicist and all that stuff that you've never had before, like, I can see where that publicist would be like, nope, sorry, we've already got an exclusive with People Magazine, so you need to, like, keep it close to the vest because this is money. Time is money. Yeah. You let it leak before People does, and they're fucked. So I can understand, but at the same time, I wish that she would have just been like, yo, I hired a publicist for the first time in my life, and this is what they told me. I'm so sorry. I'm new at this shit. I'm going to make mistakes. Like, what does it matter if y'all guys knew? And to be honest, like, Lisa was upset that she didn't tell her, but through that whole reunion, I felt like Nicole was closer to Julia than she was with Lisa.
I felt like she was close to everybody on that couch, but against everybody else on the other couch. That's what I felt like.
It's clear alliances. The lines are drawn.
The new girls and Adriana clearly are. They hang out.
Adriana's going to be good with whoever will be good with her.
Gertie don't like Adriana.
Yeah. And I never got the whole season that Lisa and Nicole were close. I just saw them hang out one time. I never got that they were close.
That's all we saw.
At all.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, she's inviting Julia over for Thanksgiving and checking on her and stuff. I'm like, Lisa, I get that I get that you're bored over there on that couch with nothing to do, Lisa, but you don't got to try to make a moment out of everything.
Yeah.
Well, no, I would have kind of waited for a close-up camera, and you didn't tell me that, and we talked. I would have probably.
I mean, I would too. It made sense. She said she had talked to her those, 3 times.
Yeah, I would have been saying.
Lisa had better.
She didn't know. So I mean, they ain't besties, but I mean, that's a big thing. But I mean, like I said, it comes down to the magazine and what they have with that. So it makes sense. Did y'all catch the comment from Alexia? Well, she said, "Don't compare my marriage to your engagement."
It's like, I know.
I was like, Alexia, girl, you've been married 2 seconds, and sit down. And you better hope he ain't gay this time. I'm just saying, stop it.
Because right now it's 0-2.
Correct. Like, pump the brakes. You just got married yesterday.
And maybe you had to elope for it to happen. So
right.
That is not her fault. Y'all don't do that.
It's like,
and no tea, no shade. He seemed a little zesty, if you ask me. Anyway, I don't know.
A little zesty.
He's a little zesty.
Yes.
I don't get it.
Is this what we're doing, Jason Lee?
I like Todd.
Is this what we're doing, neighborhood talk?
Honestly,
I don't give a fuck. That's what he's thinking to me. Nah, whatever y'all want to do, that don't mean that he is or he ain't. I'm just saying, he's got a little pep in his step. He's a little sassafras.
He's not zesty. He's Italian.
Likes. Maybe she likes a sensitive man. She had that in Herman.
A little rapturous vibe.
Do y'all think that Nicole is a poser? Because like Chase said, they kind of painting her as that. They asked her, about the question with her dad and how has she, talked. She gave this story about Thanksgiving that he brought this uncooked turkey over there, got it cooked, got it basted, dressed it all up, and then he just left. Like, that was it. And then they asked her also, like, why don't she, who does she hang with, the most outside? And that's how they got to the Thanksgiving thing with Lisa or whatever. Was it Lisa or was it Julia? It was Julia. It was Julia. So, I mean, I don't know. I don't
get poser from her. I mean,
I don't get poser. I don't think she's found like that true close friend yet. I mean, she is new to reality TV. She's new to the group. So it's like she's going to have to find her way. But I think she is good to be with the new girls. I think they can kind of form a stronger bond. She has a better chance with them than Lisa, in my opinion.
And she said,
well, I will say this:
his birthday party. And going to be there. I'm sorry, Chase.
Please go ahead. I apologize.
She says she did invite them all to her kid's birthday party, and the cameras weren't going to be there either. So I mean, I don't think I think she's genuine. This thing is new to her.
Mm-hmm.
I do find it funny that out of all the people, she gravitated towards Martina and Julia. I'm not saying she's a poser. I'm not saying that she's a social climber. I just think that when people the choices are interesting sometimes.
Well, I mean,
I like her, but
who on that other couch is going to invite her to hang out? Marisol's not going to invite her to hang out. Larsa's not going to invite her to hang out. Alexia's not going to invite her to hang out. It's going to be Lisa. It's going to be Lisa.
And that means why would she want to come to Lisa's house? Remember, she talked about it.
Yeah, and I mean, Julia and Martina, we saw that they're honestly the two most down to earth, realest people in that cast. Like, and I can see it. I don't think she's a poser.
In the nicest way possible without it coming off. Martina was a big thing. These days, being her friend really isn't going to get you that much status.
Oh,
yeah.
It's just not.
I mean, outside of the sports community, I think in Miami, it probably
people did until she was on the show. People didn't even know she lived down here in Miami. So I mean, it's not a big.
I didn't know she lived out in Miami.
She's a legend, she's an icon in her sport. She knows to be respected, but it's just not gonna. She's not an A-lister.
Yeah.
I mean, tell Andy Cohen that.
Yeah, if
he was foaming at the mouth.
Be on the show.
I think I love that she's on there because of the first LGBT couple. I think that's groundbreaking, but I don't think that her name knocks down would open up a bunch of doors for Nicole.
I mean, Nicole's already a well-respected anesthesiologist in Miami. Like, what else do you want?
I don't see their social circles being big because Martina gives me she wants to stay home Monday through Sunday with the farm and not go nowhere.
She wants to stay home and drink cappuccinos with that fresh milk.
If she was a socialite, if Martina, being who she was and was a socialite, I would agree 100% with you, Chase. But Martina gave me she just don't want to leave the house.
I do think that I'm going to enjoy Julia and Nicole more than I enjoy Julia and Adriana. I will say that. Yes. I don't have a problem with Nicole. I just, listen, I'm not going to ignore any of these signs. I had no allegiance to none of these girls.
Yeah.
No, we might come back and say you're right. I had to come back and say you were right with Larsa. So we might have to. I
will never say that.
Oh,
well, you had to say it with that lady. You had to say it with that lady.
We're talking about this show, Chase. Talking about the Real Housewives of Miami.
Next subject. So they talk about the Hamptons, and they talk about Adriana with the bath, taking the bedroom. Then they kind of go into Lisa when Lisa had her issue. Lisa and Alexia had their issue. They really didn't dive too much into it. I mean, they basically show like how self-absorbed Lisa is. They've kind of been highlighting that the entire reunion, what I'm saying, from her complaining about the lights being on her and not hitting her right to the, we saw with the green. Lisa is just so full of herself, and it's so crazy because she's so full of herself because her husband is not full of her. And I feel like that's her way. I feel like that's her way of just kind of coping with that. I mean, it's unfortunate because he clearly don't care for her. And so that's how we get to Lisa. And I want to talk about this segment a little bit more because I feel like they showed the scene. They showed that he was disinterested. We saw it. I mean, we kind of agree as we watching it, but I mean, they've had a lot of issues, but it shines a lot of light to the issues. And to me, it kind of feels like she hasn't really recovered and she hasn't really gotten over what happened because she's kind of still covering it up. Not saying not that I expect her to come out and be like, this is who it was, what happened, but she's calling it a emotional affair. And she's for one, she said that her exact words were she wasn't sure of, it was something that she wasn't sure of, but she was sure that they didn't have sex. And I was like, that doesn't make sense. I don't understand how you so sure. But she said she can't. She don't want to get into it, and that's what it was. But what was really interesting about this to me was Gertie trying to give advice about relationships, commitment. And I feel like I was like, all right, Gertie, like, because I feel like she was trying to take it over the moment to even to a point to where Lisa kind of had to like over talk her to, you know what I'm saying? Because Gertie was like, you know, a man doesn't want you to be going through their phone, and then Lisa started like over talking her. Did y'all catch that?
Yeah.
They do that a lot.
I thought they was gonna get into an argument, but I was like, Gertie, like, be quiet. I see what she's trying to say, but that's not her issue in my eyes. What were y'all thoughts?
Same, because Gertie led with, I got this on lock. I've been with my man for 27 years.
Exactly.
So one, I was like, hold on, how old are you, Gertie? Because y'all been together almost 30 years old. Goddamn. And then two, I knew I was kind of, I mean, that's her personality. Gertie's a boss. She's very much, I'm going to take over. I'm going to do that. So I could understand where she was coming from, thinking that she was going to be helpful. But in that moment, it's kind of like, you don't want to assert yourself as, oh, I know exactly what I'm doing and none of y'all else know what I'm doing. Let me give you advice. I'm just like, Gertie, your helpfulness is aggressively helpful. Like, unless she asked for it, maybe reel it in a little bit. I don't think she meant ill intent, but I'm glad that they didn't make it a moment to make an argument out of it, because I don't think Gertie was trying to do that.
No, I didn't mind. I see your point. I don't think she should have spoke up, but I was glad she spoke up. Gertie has been mighty quiet this reunion. I had to remember.
You wanted her to speak up just to say she was there.
Let me know she was there. She was present, because, you know, Gertie's hasn't really said much.
You know, I get that. She probably want to pipe down, but, you know, I feel like Gertie knows she coming back, child.
I love
Gertie. I feel like she coming back.
I love Gertie.
She gonna have to spice it up, but she can. I mean, because to me at this point, I feel like Julia has outshined her at this reunion, and
still bring Gertie back though. I like her.
Yeah, I still want her to come back.
And Kiki.
Yeah, I mean,
Julia was getting on my damn
questionable. I mean, some questions I've seen people say. I've gotten into it with people on social media of people saying that the scenes that they saw of Gertie and her husband, they feel like he ain't interested in her. I mean, so it's. I mean, this is what I've seen people say online. I mean, because we only saw him like once or twice, and he's just there. But I mean, he's just there. She's doing all the talking and everything else.
It gave me he just don't want to be on camera. I got he's interested.
Yeah, that's what I got.
Who?
He's a regular. He's
husband or Gertie's husband?
Gertie's husband. Yeah.
Okay, so hold on.
Because Lenny is giving a stark contrast to what he was given 9 years ago in season 3. He was engaged with her and, you know, showering her with gifts, and they were laughing and stuff like that. This time around, he was
doing all of that while he was cheating, and now that he's like supposed to be good on a good slate, he's like giving her the attitude of as if he is cheating.
Go ahead, Chase. I'm sorry.
I was saying, I give her the attitude like, bitch, you just need to go ahead, let me cheat.
Yeah. Right. Okay. Because we were happy. Both of us were happier when I was cheating.
It must be a hell of a prenup, because why she's with that man and acting like that, I don't know. She must gonna be in a poorhouse if she leaves him, because that is ridiculous. Like, to see her sit there and cape for a man, and it's just everybody at that reunion was like, he don't want you, girl. He don't want to be with you.
Yeah. Gertie said it was cringy. She said it was cringy.
But you know, the thing is, I don't want to put all the fault on Lenny too, because Nicole looks like she's a handful. If she's like that 24/7, I'm surprised he didn't leave years ago.
You talking about Lisa?
Yeah, Lisa. I mean, Lisa's a handful. Like, I'm not gonna put it all on him. Like, it could be her ways that makes him act like that too. Like, we just don't know.
She ran the whole nanny off, and I don't think it's just the kids' fault. I think it's her too.
Well, which one of y'all said the kids were bad as fuck?
I mean, the kids are bad, but they are reflection of they are bad as hell. I ain't gonna lie to you. But their mom is just as terrible, I'm sure. So, hey,
Lisa gives me that she'd be a nightmare to work with.
They need 2 nannies, one for the kids and one for Lisa.
Look. I'm gonna say, look at where in the job description did it say I had to cater to you, lady? I can see that. I can see that for sure, Danny. I mean, it is one of those things. I never really have sympathized with Lisa, even when I found out Lenny was cheating and she's crying at the beginning of the season. I'm just like, well, girl, you chose to stay. Like, I don't have sympathy for you. Like, I don't know what to tell you. But then hearing her talk about how she doesn't have any relationship with her family and Lenny's essentially the only person in her life, I'm like, ooh, I can see why you would be hesitant to leave. Like, where are you gonna go?
Mm-hmm.
What are you gonna do? Who's gonna have your back with 2 kids? With 2 kids?
Yeah, did y'all hear the first mention of Leah Black and how she helped her, and Marisol was like, "Oh."
She was like, "No, she did. She did.
She did. Lisa was like, "Yeah, she did." Mm-hmm.
But she did it. I mean, what you want me to say? I can't say what she did, but she did it.
That's
I think that is. Go
ahead.
That's what's missing for Lisa is that Leah Black component. If Leah Black was there, Lisa would be running roughshod through that whole show like she tried to do years ago, because Leah Black was a top dog and Lisa was like the little sis. They had like a big sis, little sis thing going on.
Mm-hmm.
And Lisa, to me, also feels lost in this group. Like, it's the OGs, it's the new girls, and it's Lisa.
I can see that for sure. Like, where's her place? Because you've got Marisol and Alexa that are nobody's splitting them apart. You got Julia and Adriana, and then even Alexia and Marisol are closer with Larsa now, and Lisa's just kind of there. Larsa says they're best friends, but Larsa don't fuck with her.
Okay.
I feel bad for her because even the whole reunion, she's kind of just like, I'm in the dark over here in the corner.
Well, she kept having little conversations with Larsa. She had another one after this one too. Larsa was just like, I don't think that he doesn't. What you say? I don't think he doesn't love you. I just think
he just
selfish.
He's an asshole, or what did he say? He's selfish. She said he's selfish. Yeah. Well, then I was like, baby, Lisa's kind of selfish too. So I mean, they're 2 peas in a pod.
Yeah. Well, everybody on the stage agreed that he was very selfish. Yeah. Nobody disagreed.
Those little comments. Yeah. Those little comments from Larsa actually made me like her a little bit more. Like her nurturing side, where she's reassuring and stuff. I'm like, okay.
She didn't seem very nurturing to me.
I mean,
she was like, bitch, you selfish bitch.
No, she was. I mean, she's telling Lisa what. I mean, ultimately, it's like
she wasn't
even looking at her. It's like you need to
talking to her. I feel like Larsa was just responding to her, like, "Girl, move."
Yeah, girl. Yeah, you know he's selfish.
He didn't even look at her.
I'm trying to say something nice about Larsa.
I told you he wants shit.
Yeah.
Larsa is a city girl on the Real Housewives of Miami.
She very much is that. She's very Miami.
On Miami.
You said you want a man who's gonna be flued out. So I mean, you know he's selfish. So what's up?
Yeah, pretty. I mean, you got that right, Chase. Down pat.
Yeah.
Not just that. I'm dead. Okay. So then we talk about they talk about Alexia's whole situation, and actually I did tear up this time. I didn't tear up when it came on TV the first time, but this one, I guess watching her watch herself made it like give me. I got a little emotional. Like, damn, this is. I mean, it was terrible at the end, but it's like, whoa, it intensified it for me. So I got it didn't come down. It just kind of came right here, and then I had got my
no, you're not gonna sit up there and cry over them bitches.
I got my Candace crying when I went in my eye. But
let me ask you something, Cortez, before you do that. Does she strategically poke herself in the eye with those things to make her cry more?
I don't know. I'll ask her though.
Thank you.
He said, you got Cynthia Bailey, I got Candace. We'll talk to our people.
Dead. Okay, so then they talk about Alexia and her whole thing with Todd, or her sons, and her ex-husbands. There is talk about her ex-husbands being gay. And so the first thing they ask Adriana, why did she spill it? And she says that it was already out there and that she had already talked to Alexia about it. Alexia said she had never heard it before. It was her first time hearing it. And then what's her name? Larsa said she never heard it before, and Larsa threw her little jabs and basically tell her, like, see, this is her being folks' business. And so then they talk about Leah Black's comment, and Alexia was like, I'm not surprised that she said something. And I'm like, okay, Leah Black number 2. They gotta bring her back because clearly she trying to get her
was given.
I mean, it seemed like they trying to get her back. I don't know.
They wanted her back this season, but she stays in Beverly Hills.
Oh, well, that's true. She can always do a little rental.
In the beginning of the season, I didn't have an issue with Alexia. Talking about Herman and his, and his situation. But looking back now, even though he's dead, he still deserved that privacy. If he didn't come out and share with everyone, she shouldn't have.
Yeah.
His sexuality.
You're talking about Alexia, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
She should.
I have a legitimate question. She tried to make it seem like it was like she was more intrigued to find out because it was a man. If it was a woman, she wouldn't have cared. And I was like, okay.
Well, if y'all remember, she shared about her dad. She said her mother went through the same thing because her dad came out later in life. And so she said that's where the connection and stuff was. So, I mean, I'm kind of on the fence. Like, it happened to her. It's her. It's her life.
That's my question. That was my question.
What was the question, Chase?
Well, no, I was just gonna say, that's that person's privacy and their private life, but where does the thin line come between that person's life and how it affects your life, and you telling how what they did affected you, if that makes sense? You know what I mean? Like, is she selfish for that? I don't know. Like, I'm not saying that she's not selfish. I'm not saying that it is inappropriate. It's not appropriate or whatever. I'm not saying that she should have outed him or whatever she did. I'm not condoning any of that, but I'm trying to navigate just through as an adult in my own personal life and things like that, just so you know going forward. Like, even though there's two people involved and it involves you, where do you draw the line between respecting that person and also respecting yourself, if that makes sense? You know what I mean?
I think there were moments that were cringy. Like Adriana's comment about him dying while having sex with a man, completely uncalled for. That was disrespectful. Her sharing the penis pic of the lover or showing the lover, that was kind of ick. But ultimately, I think she handled it well because she kept saying, I wanted him to be happy. I'm happy that he was able later in life to live and get a little bit of like happiness of himself. That's all I wanted for him. And so she never was like, how could he lie to me? Whatever. She was very just like sympathetic towards him, which I thought was nice.
And Chase, you did pose an interesting question, and I guess me on the outside looking in, and I guess it's easy to speak when it's not yours. You're not in those shoes. It's easy to speak on what you would do, but I guess for me, the happy medium would have been talk about it to your friends off camera. Like the whole world didn't have to know. You didn't have to put that out for everyone. Even though we're on a reality show, you signed up for it. He didn't.
Okay.
That's all. And again, it's easy speaking if you're not in that situation. Maybe for her, she looked at it genuinely, like Jamie said, I'm showing support that, and showing that I support him, that I don't have
the rumors were there. The rumors were there when he was on the show on season 1, season 2, and season 3.
They talked about
the rumors were there.
She said,
well, when they showed the pictures, I saw the poses. I said, oh yeah.
I did, Morgan. I agree. I think she knew a lot longer than she admits, honey. I don't feel like that because she mentioned. I mean, that when Andy's asking her like, "Did you know?" or the rumors, she's like, "Yeah, you hear rumors. You give folks the benefit of the doubt." I feel like she knew a lot longer. I feel like it was kind of. That's why I think I don't know why she wants more answers. I think it got a little more like cringy when she tried to get the guy on camera. You know what I'm saying? That's where. To me, that's where it went too far. Like, she could have talked about it, then I would have been like, oh, okay. But as far as like get him on camera, and thank God that the guy didn't show up. Because I mean,
coming.
You said what?
I don't think there was ever a meeting. I don't think he was ever coming. I think that was Sheree sitting down to meet Tyrone, and he was never coming.
Uh-oh. Well.
That's a production.
I wouldn't doubt that. I wouldn't doubt that.
Yeah, I mean, that's how I feel. But they drilled her and she answered the questions. They did talk about Frankie and his issue, and they even asked the question: does she feel like she enables her? What's her son's name? The other one,
Peter.
Not Frankie.
Peter.
Yeah, it enabled Peter. She said no because he doesn't. Because she was like, enabling me like you do something wrong. And I'm like, okay, you are an enabler actually, because you just basically confirmed it. Because this man, not even, let's take away the whole allegations of the domestic violence. He is still a troubled child. I mean, let's just be, and he ain't no child no more. A troubled adult that happens to be her child, because he ain't a child.
He's 40.
He's 30 years old. He almost 30 years old.
40.
He looks 40.
He's not 40.
Older brother.
Not 40.
Little than me.
Any last thoughts on this between Alexia and her whole situation with her family?
I'm worn out by it. I'm over it. Go ahead, Danny.
The more Alexia talks, the more I really, really get the feeling, and it's just kind of confirmed, that she likes to keep up a certain appearance, and she'll talk in circles to cover that up, which is why I fully believe she said that about Marisol. I fully believe that what were we talking about earlier when Adriana said, that she heard that Alexia had heard about the rumor about her husband sleeping with another man and dying.
Mhm.
And she was like, "Oh, I had never heard that." She plays stuff really calm to try to keep an appearance, and you can tell. And she's gone through a lot of trauma, so I think she does that as a way to kind of control the narrative, so she doesn't look like a mess. But that whole conversation with Peter, I was just like, "Girl, just say your son has issues, and you're going to stick beside him regardless." But you're talking circles to try to paint him into this wonderful boy, and we've been watching him for 15 years, and he's not.
He's awful.
He's not.
He's disrespectful to you and anybody else. Like, let's just be clear.
So what you're saying is she like to keep a bunch of mess. Because that's what I'm getting from her about it.
Yeah.
Well,
they showed him.
She's just likable about it.
They showed that clip again about him resorting to violence on Todd. That he was told, "I'll beat you up." And I just really felt bad for Frankie when she said she'll never let him leave alone, because I don't think Frankie could live alone. So I just keep in my mind, it's thought about the future. I hear bad for Frankie whenever it's her time to go.
Oh, Lord Jesus! Now you see,
Daddy, we're not going there.
Okay.
I ain't got my good makeup on today. Don't have me out here thinking about that.
Like,
every time I get frustrated with her, the conversation of Frankie comes up, and you can genuinely see that she carries so much like stress over making sure he's good. And then I'm just kind of like, all right, well, I forgive everything, because you genuinely love that boy. You love your kids. And I mean, their dad was a drug dealer. Like, in and out. I'm sure she had to lie her face off to protect her kids from the truth about her dad, and she just hasn't stopped protecting them.
Look at this comment right here. Look who it is, Mr. They have no feelings. Read the comment.
TKC, goddamn.
Could someone read it out loud for me? I can't see it.
Yeah, he said that boy can live alone. Y'all too sensitive for me.
No, ma'am. I have an uncle who is like
right, TKC,
who is 50 something and can't live alone.
Right. I don't know. I'm sure. I feel like he could probably progress, but I mean, it's only so much he can progress due to his issue. I mean, that's just the reality of it. And I mean, even watching him now, age is not going to fix that. That's not going to change anything. So
there was damage to his brain.
Right.
Like, she was saying he has seizures. If you live alone and he has a seizure and nobody's around,
you can't live alone doing that. Yeah.
Like, what's going to happen? What's going to happen if there's a fire or something? Does he have the ability to really help himself out?
With his constant seizures? Yes, I agree. Well, no, I'm trying to read what they said.
We're trying to make sure you weren't having one. You weren't having.
No, I'm like, let me lean in and see what this says.
He can't be reading.
I know what Simon was trying to say.
Yeah, we don't know what you were trying to say.
Anyway, okay, so then we get to the finale of the thing, and they finally talk about Kanye. And in this moment, Andy was quite annoyed. Even Andy was just like, okay, so tell me, how did you see his penis? And so she goes into explaining. She says she was at Art Basel, which is true. I think we talked about this. She
Basel.
Huh?
The way she says
Lord, dude.
You said what?
You gotta say it the way she says it, Art Basel.
Basel.
Yeah, she said Basil.
Honey.
She said she saw him there, and then Larsa said she talked to Kanye. Kanye said never met her a day in his life, and so basically he asked everybody around. Andy,
I believe that.
She asked who else doesn't believe me, and Gertie's like, who cares? Like, that's just. It's sensitive. It's disgusting.
She don't like her.
Nicole is just like no. That's like, who cares about that? And so Adriana pulls out a picture, and it's a picture of her, like Andy said, his exact words was looking like a fan.
Mm-hmm.
And she was like, "You see that bathroom behind? You see that bathroom?" He said, "Yeah, it's the bathroom." She was like, "See, there's the picture. There's the picture." And I'm just like, okay, but this picture don't prove much. And so, at first they're kind of like on to Adriana about that. And then they kind of turn it around on Larsa, because Larsa, basically they're making it seem like, they're saying that Larsa, it seems like she was more worried about it because she was fearful that she wouldn't be able to get that friendship back, or hopeful that it would come back. And I want to hear your thoughts, Chase, on this whole little segment on what they were trying to do. Because, I mean, I think all Larsa was trying to say was, listen, I don't want to talk about it. It should be talked about. But then I guess we kind of talked about it on our show, how we kind of felt like she kind of may have had hope that she can get that friendship back. And now with this coming out, like she felt like it's maybe ruined. Taste.
Either way you look at it, it's right. I don't want you talking about it because I asked you not to talk about it. If you respect me and my friendship, you will shut the fuck up. That's the first thing. The second thing is, if me and my friend are on the road to reconciliation and you're sitting up here talking about her man and they're going through a really rough time right now, and there was an estrangement and all that stuff, and I ask you not to talk about it because that is why I want you not to talk about it, bitch. You should respect that and respect me trying to rebuild my friendship and not talk about it. So either way, even with the objections that Andy brought up, even with all of that, girl, at the end of the day, it still boils down to if I ask you to stop, you need to stop. If you don't want to stop, we have problems. That's why you're broken and homeless.
This situation perfectly.
Yeah.
Absolutely. It's just weird. Like, I think anybody would, if you have a friendship with somebody, and she knew Kanye for a couple of years. If somebody starts talking about any of y'all's dicks, it's like, oh, I saw their dick, I was doing this. I would say the same thing. Like, I don't want to hear about none of my friends' penises. Like,
I don't believe you would
we're
say
good.
that.
Please no. I'd be like, where's the picture? Because I'm going to send it to him. Is this you?
Well, listen, I'm like Marisol. I'm like, girl, where's the dick pic? I don't want to see the bathroom picture of y'all by the bathroom. I want to see the dick.
And then I'm trying to figure out, where was Kanye peeing that you could just walk by a bathroom and his dick was just there in front of you, peeing on the floor? Was he peeing in the sink?
Maybe the toilet was facing the doors.
I was like, what's going on?
Ain't no stall that close to the bathroom.
And she's not going to let him stare at it. He's not
and in 2011, 2012, we didn't have that many gender fluid, gender neutral bathrooms.
Right.
Then. So I don't know what bathroom she was in that he was in that she can go in. I don't know.
I genuinely don't believe her. I believe that she, again, the picture didn't prove nothing other than she was a fan, like Andy said. I do like how Andy called out Larsa and said, you always seem to deflect whenever, the Kardashians are brought up. I do like that he said that. It seems like you deflect every time.
Yeah.
And I can tell Larsa that she gave a little bit of context, but she didn't like that.
I think she's also a little bit embarrassed. Like, you were a good friend for a couple of years and then they cut you off. Like, I'd try to save face and be like, oh, well, but it is what it is.
That's their pattern with friends. I wouldn't feel
but Larsa genuinely wants to be friends with them.
With the exception of Chloe's, what is it, Malika? What's her name?
Oh,
the twins, Malika and
Malika. Yeah, that's the only one that's been around a long time.
Did y'all see where she? Did you hear when she threw the little jab at Nicole, and when Nicole was like, well, why
her ex-husband?
Like, you want to talk about your ex, the teacher? You want to talk about that?
That's what I'm prompting Andy to say. You deflect a lot.
Yeah. And Nicole was unfazed. Nicole said,
Nicole is very unfazed about it. She doesn't let many of those look
about her
at all.
No,
I left this reunion in a fan. I left this reunion in a Cole fan, and I want to see her more because Marisol at the end of it told her, "You got fight in you. You're great." I was like, I'm seeing it now. I
look
enjoyed
at Marisol trying to tell her that she's good for the show when she ain't even on the show as a damn.
Marisol was,
but she was at that reunion.
Marisol was. What I'm saying is like she's very much so saying like you got fighting you like, oh girl, you good. Like in other words, like you're good for the drama. You did well in our little beef. That's kind of what she was saying in my eyes. And it's just
she was
like
very Nene to Claudia.
Huh?
Very Nene and Claudia telling producers, "Oh, she's good. Y'all need her."
No, more like Nene to Kenya, because Nene said that about Kenya more than anything.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Did y'all hear them arguing over Julia? Who helped Julia the most, and who was the most worried about Julia?
Well, it was interesting that Larsa kept saying she was crying for her and everything. What we saw was Larsa.
Larsa was pissed.
Honestly, you're right. What we saw was her. She wasn't. It wasn't that she was like dismissive to it. She just was like, but listen, I don't know. I know she's sick and all, but my jewelry launch is upstairs on the roof. Like,
yeah,
a little bit too. Like, you came here for this reason. And in my mind, you're hungover. That's on you.
But it's like it doesn't take a whole damn village to take care of somebody that's hungover. Like, I don't know what they expected of Larsa. Honestly, like she sat there and watched her sick and said that she was sick. And then she went on her way to get her event together. Like, she didn't need to stop the whole event. Like, no.
Yeah, no. But she brought it on herself when she said, I was crying. I was so concerned for you. And then we were like, no, you fucking work, girl.
She was a little extra.
You should have shut up. And I just want Julia to say, like, I don't, girl, you weren't hungover. You straight up had alcohol poisoning. Like, that's what it is.
Oh, yeah.
Like, the liquor contributed. A hangover is, oh, girl, I'm tired of throwing up, baby. You were poisoned because you drank way too fucking much.
Yeah, and then, I mean, look the little recipe she was doing. You take a shot, spin around, pull your hair, pull your nose apart.
Witchcraft.
I was in shock.
All that alcohol, and if she did a pickle shot each time, all that brine and acid in you as well, like each one, like that's a lot.
No, and she had wine. Like, girl, Julia, just take
Maybe she'd been mixing
a little bit. But they did. Larsa and Adriana did. They did apologize. Well, Adriana apologized to Larsa after they compared their dresses. They compared them to the blue dress that Larsa wore for the opening and Adriana wore for her photo shoot, which technically that would mean that Adriana, it would seem like she had it first because they filmed the show and then they shot the opening later. But I don't know. I wish they would have did a poll on who looked better, but they didn't do it.
Well, Larsa said,
but Larsa said, "Well, look at." She said there is a poll. Like, go look at it. Look it up.
and she rightfully won.
Because Adriana just looked like somebody in a blue dress and whatever. And then it's interesting that she sits here and brings her cookies to try to like throw shade and then apologize. I'm like, Adriana, I was hoping Larsa would have been like, "Girl, move, stay over there." But I don't know.
I do love Larsa's reaction to the apology. Like, girl, I just don't trust you. Like, I like that. She says, you turn on people too fast. I like that she didn't take the apology. That made it seem so real to me.
But it's interesting if you saw the clip where they were like in the house talking about taking pictures. Somebody they're gonna do OnlyFans, and then they got to this. It was like it's very clear, like TKC says, that Adriana is very jealous of Larsa, but. Yes. She's also like intimidated about her. So I feel like her success and everything she has going, whether she's divorced or not, like she is upset that Larsa has gotten this level of fame, whether it was from Kim Kardashian, whether it was from anybody, it bothers her. It triggers her actually. And I think people always have the issue with Larsa because realistically, Larsa didn't really do anything to Adriana. Like Larsa said, we were fine until you kept talking about this Kanye thing. I told you to stop, and then I let you know what time it was, and here we are. So
yeah. If you looked at season 1, Larsa always had a better than everyone attitude. That's not new.
Yeah.
No, but I mean,
which
now
is why
it's like,
she wasn't close with a lot of the people.
She can kind of maneuver in that space better now.
Yeah.
I mean, she always had pimping, but I mean, like being with Kim K has given her
not
that.
Pippin.
What? Huh?
Yeah, I said not you call that man just Pippin.
Pimping, whatever his name is, being with her has given her that social media, social status. I feel like too.
I mean, she's had a glow up, and it's not hard to see. She's had a glow up financially,
athletic body,
very naturally athletic body.
Naturally,
but I guess
she had the glow up that Adriana wanted, and Adriana thought she was going to have because of this show. And after the show ended, Adriana ended up not doing anything.
But Adriana
Larsa
shows her slip a lot that it is jealousy because she keeps talking about Larsa's attitude, and it's the same that it's always been. So I mean, you're jealous of her. That's the bottom line. You keep blaming it on the attitude, but it's what the attitude always was, and you call
it. She always gave it. Gave it.
Yeah.
And if we're being honest, Adriana didn't really fuck with Larsa in the first season. She didn't really engage with her. So now that you're attempting to engage with her only because she now has a bigger platform and has proximity to the Kardashians, like who really is trying to get some clout off of this?
Mm-hmm. Okay. We were talking about Adriana and Larsa, like how they ended with the whole talk about Kanye, and then we talked about how Adriana is jealous of Larsa. The whole they talked about the dress, the same dress thing. And then the apology that she gave to Larsa at the end, like all of that whole thing. Do you have anything you want to add to that whole segment? Chase?
I will say it once again. Adriana is Ramona Singer of Miami, and number 2, I'm not gonna get into like the semantics of who is jealous, who are not. It gives to me by the way that she quickly got up and hugged her and all that stuff, and the apology and all of that shit. It gave me. Girl, I really don't have a problem with you. I'm picking on you because we're on TV.
Mm-hmm. Well, she
That's
did
what I
that the entire reunion. Adriana was very much so like, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to. Everything was like she was trying to end on a good slate with everybody, and
Yeah,
it's
she
just
wanted to be
like
brought back.
it's
That's what it was.
You
That's
said
what it
what?
was, Chase.
She
She
wants
wanted to be brought back.
Well, I don't know.
Because Adriana, in previous seasons, she was a fan favorite. This season, not so much.
Well,
Yeah.
that's what
one.
TKC just said. He said Adriana is such a disappointment this season. She used to be my fave. She actually
Yeah.
was a fave to a lot of people. Like starting this season out, not watching the previous season, I saw the comments. Everybody was like Adriana. So I was looking for this moment where I would like her. I never liked her this entire never. Remember
she really.
I didn't even know her name. I said, who is this one girl that is not in the opening credits but is in the confessional? And I was like, who is this? And I think Jamie told me who she was. I didn't know who she was.
She was an underdog.
Her and Joanna really used to carry season 2 and 3. Adriana, the chemistry before was not as good as it is now. So it was easy to have Adriana as a standout. But in this cast, when all the other ladies are bringing something and are fairly interesting, the only thing that she has brought is unnecessary petty drama. And I think that has kind of rubbed people the wrong way.
Very Latoya forever. Like just coming in and doing stuff just because.
To do stuff.
To do stuff.
But it was necessary for the show because she was a driving force in a lot of the shit that was going on and the girls reacted to her. So she's gonna get brought back.
I applaud Adriana for making Larsa work because at first it was looking real shaky. Because I was like, what is Larsa doing? I wasn't getting nothing. That was just me. So
and now she's a mean, insufferable bitch. Yay.
It's a full circle moment.
Very much so. I'm sending the link to the chat to take a few calls. We've done it. We talked about everything. We talk about. It's been a really good show. Like I remember when I think we started recapping this around like the 3rd or 4th episode. Mm-hmm. We didn't start initially, but I'm glad we were able to pull this together. We started at the beginning.
They put the first 3 episodes out, and we did 3 in one night.
Yeah,
we did. We did good that night
because we did 2 leads in 1 week. We did one on a Tuesday and the other on a Thursday.
Hey, we've been working over for Miami. I don't.
Now I love that. Can I say this? They are housewives. Like that is what I miss. Like the fun. Like when they got up and was dancing, and Andy was like, "The song, baby," and they were dancing, and even like that
was fun
to see Andy and Marisol dance. I was like, oh, because that man loved mama, and you know how I am about the mamas. Y'all know I love the mama too. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, oh, you know what I'm saying? Oh, look at them. Oh, bring them all back, damn it. And we got little Kiki this reunion. We got little Kiki.
In the confessionals, I love her.
But you know what I did not like? I was like, okay, see, this is what I be talking about. Bravo know how to sneak it in there and get me mad about how they be doing the black people. They played a clip of Kiki and Panda Gertie. I was like, "Now see this."
I do. I got to mention.
That's what you said when they had to sleep in a room together. He was like, "Now why they put them in a room together?" He was like, "Oh."
What were you saying, Danny?
No, I said I do like. Also, I forgot to mention how Nicole gave Marisol props for her confessionals. How she enjoyed her. I did like that.
Hey, Marisol gave her props. She was like, you got some spunk to you. You got something about you. You got some fight in you.
Yeah,
come on over here, girl.
Yeah, I think they're gonna be tight next season. Marisol did what Marisol said what she needed to do.
Nicole will be a fool.
Cool argue. They're gonna be on and off.
Nicole will be a fool to do that. Let me know when he's
Marisol is gonna time.
I mean, Marisol's already bringing Gertie to her and Alexia's side.
She is.
What's going on, TKC? Welcome. Well, welcome back to the live link because you ain't called in a long time. So I'm hoping you calling with some sense.
No, I'm calling because you try to slander my name with the whole with Alexia's son thing. Let me make this right. Okay, so I have family members who are also have are special, and my mother was also a special ed teacher for a long time. So when I said that, well, first of all, let me say I didn't know about the seizure thing. So when I said that, her son is a lot better off than I've seen. So I'm kind of confused. Like he's really functioning really well. So I'm not sure. Like I said, I didn't know about the seizure thing. I'm not sure why he wouldn't be able to live by himself, especially at his big grown age.
Okay.
So like, I had to correct that because I didn't want to come off as mean. Like you try to portray it as me being mean, but no.
I only repeated what you said. So I mean, I didn't add any sauce to it. We all saw it. You want me to go back to the comment?
Well, I said what I said, but it's more context to it.
There's nothing wrong with what you said. However, now that you know he has seizures, I would hope that your statement is false, right?
I mean, life alert.
Okay.
No shade, but life alert.
Okay. Anything else you want to add?
Oh yeah, and one more thing. It's like, did y'all mention like I wanted Andy to say something so bad? Like Andy does not do his homework. When Larsa kept saying, "Oh, they're my friends," like she was implying that Kim is still her friend. Well, Kim dropped you, girl. Like, what you talking about? She's still your friend. I wanted Andy to call that out so bad.
Kim is not your friend anymore. Shuts down that conversation. She shuts down. Like she's not going to answer. Yeah. I mean, he asked her the question about the MJ, and she just looked at him like, girl. So you won't get enough from her. Like she knows what she's doing at this point.
Yeah, I think that's why he asked her, why does she always dodge everything? She pivots, so she deflects too much.
Yeah.
She was the one saying, "Oh, well, when you're friends with someone for 15 years, you pick up their cadence and stuff like that." Like that's the stupidest thing I've ever heard. I've been friends with my best friend since 10th grade, and we're 27 now. I don't talk like her. I don't walk like her. I don't do nothing like her. We don't share anything. Now we probably share a couple of men's together, but we don't share anything else.
Hold on now.
Larsa is just fake.
Can we explore that? Can I ask a follow-up question?
No.
You can lean in.
Are they not y'all out there busting the people not y'all out there busting down the people?
Together, tag teaming.
Well, not together, exactly. Not together. But that's all I had to say. I had to call in.
Clear your name.
All
right, Kelly Dodd.
Did you feel like
clear
it's
your
clear
name, Kelly Dodd?
That you called in?
I hope so. I don't know. I hope so.
Because I still feel the same way I feel when I see
it. I said what I said, and I ain't changing.
Right. So with that being said, thank you for leaning in, TKC.
In the words of Kiki, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God.
All right, our next caller we're going to have is Lisa. Hey, Lisa, what's going on? Oh, we can't hear you. We can't hear you. We can't hear you.
Why she do that?
Hold on. Why you do that? I'm gonna let somebody else in, okay? Hey, DBCO.
Oh my God. Oh.
Guys.
What's up? What you got to say?
I can't stand y'all.
Oh my God.
Because y'all are funny. And Jamie, you calling TKC Kelly Dodd, I died.
He's the Kelly Dodd of the lean.
He gonna call back in.
Yeah. Which I personally feel like they should have kept Kelly, but anyways, moving on.
Okay, so everybody tell DBCO good night.
Oh.
Kelly fucking
I want to say though about this reunion, I feel like it was kind of meh. It was kind of boring. It was more so annoying. They all got on my damn nerve really the whole time, like every single last one of them, especially Lisa. I was just like, oh girl, that man still don't love you. Yeah. But if you want to, stay with him because of the kids and stuff, then that's absolutely fine. And also, I have grown a newfound like to Nicole. And at first I didn't really care for her like that.
You didn't like Nicole, I remember.
I didn't. Now I love Nicole because she does not play with them heifers at all, baby. When I tell you, her and Julia,
About time you got Nicole on the right team.
Yes, her and Julia wore them heifers out the whole damn reunion.
Were they getting our sister? They
was getting live for all of it. It's like I said, especially Larsa. Like, just her even now. Just like, girl, you flounced your ass to LA, like Adriana said. You flounced your ass down there. And then they kicked your ass out, and now you came back. Girl, just admit it. And admit that the Kardashians don't want to be friends with you. Like, girl, just say it. You don't got to keep, my friend, no. They're not your fucking friends. They don't like you. Girl, just say it and move on. I'm surprised they ain't cease and desist your ass. And Bravo at this point, or Peacock, whichever one. Child. But yeah, it was a very. I feel like Julia was lying too about the little hangover part. Like, girl, I feel like it was a hangover, and she.
But you know, no. Here's what though. Sometimes that shit. So I done had a couple days. You know what I'm saying? That wasn't no hangover. That drink beat my ass. Like,
I want to say, I think it's. I do think, like Jamie said. I think you said alcohol poisoning, right? I feel like it was more of that because that. Yeah, she was like throwing up and like
and pooping.
Hangovers. I mean, I don't know. Everybody's hangover is different, but that was a little bit more intense.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. I don't know.
Like Adriana said, she's had diarrhea for hours. That ain't a hangover.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, that probably was. I mean, I probably would know. I'm not like a huge drinker like that. I like wine and champagne. Like 2 glasses of wine.
Not a little champagne.
Yes,
so classy. Okay, Heather.
Yeah, I don't like champagne. I like the Tito's and pineapple.
I like a good old what? Come on, say it with me, ladies and gentlemen.
I have to. Maybe I need to try what Julia said and do the little. What it was?
Don't do that.
You want to end up like Julia?
Don't do that.
Pickleback chases.
You want to end up like Julia? Because that's what you're gonna do. And
no, I think he meant the olive oil. Coat the stomach with olive oil.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, she almost fucking died, so I don't think you should do that either.
Obviously, it wasn't enough olive oil to coat that stomach.
I was like, that doesn't sound like a ringing endorsement to me.
But that's really all I had to say, though. Like I said, the reunion was kind of meh. I'm looking forward to next season, actually. I hope they bring just a tiny bit more drama. Just a tiny bit more drama, and then they'll be okay. Even with the selection of girls they got, I think that they okay. I think they okay. And congratulations.
They shouldn't add anybody else. I don't think they should. They can keep what they have and just kind of, or if they add maybe one person, maybe.
I want a girl to take Kiki's spot because clearly she's not coming back.
Don't put that out there.
It's true.
Who should get the mojito out of Adriana and Marsau though?
Marsau.
I vote both.
I do Marsau. That's a Marsau. What's her name? Marisol.
Marisol.
Oh,
Marisol.
Yeah, y'all want me to start speaking Spanish?
Wait a minute,
name, bitch.
I was gonna say because I said Marisol. Did I do something wrong, Jamie? Because
Lysol.
I wasn't marking people. I was saying the girl name.
You said it right.
No problem. Thank you, Danny.
Yeah, but that's really all
Where that cookie at, huh? You got a cookie.
What was that? That was the dumbest fucking thing I ever saw in my life.
That's all I had to
go. Okay, I'm gonna let.
Congratulations.
This is chaos.
Huh?
Oh, he said
congratulations.
Thank you.
You're welcome. I'm so glad. I hope you keep going. Interview all of them, child.
Okay.
Well, they gonna be
I'll keep you in mind.
Yeah, as long as it don't be contested.
He gonna interview contestant next.
I claim it. I claim it.
I can't wait. And I'm be like, oh, you fake his hair. You fake his hair.
Listen, I won't know about that one till it's out.
I'm gonna get on there and be like, he don't like you contest in the comments. I'm like,
I'm gonna put up the footage from the Married to Medicine leans last year. Be like, you see
very much. Is this you? Roll the tapes.
All right, Debbie, so let you go, okay?
Bye.
Because Lisa ready.
I hope she ready this time. Let me see. Lisa, you just
we can't hear you.
The audience, you can't hear you. I'm gonna give you a couple seconds to get it together. We're gonna lead out. I don't know what's going on. And she got a
last Miami lean. What is going on, Lisa?
We can't hear you, boo. And you're not on mute, so I don't know. Oh, Lisa, I'm out. You have to. No, baby.
It's the last Miami lean. We can't go out without the Lisa now. What's going on, man?
I know, but we can't wait a minute for it to get the audio right though.
You gotta leave and get back in.
I tried. You wanna try to close out and then try to come back in? Try that, and then we'll see if it works that time. Like
while she's doing that, let's play Rose in front of the season. So if your favorite moment and your least favorite moment, favorite housewife, least favorite housewife, Rose and Thorne. Who's your Rose on the cast and who's your Thorne on the cast?
I like the moment one. I had a moment.
Okay.
So fuck your game.
My moment was the one with Gertie and Adriana when she was talking about the feet, and Gertie was just like, "My man would never touch nobody's feet. He would never." I just thought that was so funny to me because it's like she just kept playing to it. So that was one of mine actually.
And what was your my favorite?
Go ahead.
Oh, Cortez, what's your least favorite?
Oh, least favorite moment, child. I don't know.
I got mine. I'm ready, baby.
I can't think about least favorite moment. I would say it probably was anything Adriana. Most things Adriana was like.
My least favorite was Kanye's penis, and my favorite moment was I like her. Martina.
Okay.
My favorite is the bachelorette party, specifically Kiki living her best life with the stripper. Favorite moment. Least favorite. Anything at the beginning. Anything with Larsa, because y'all know I didn't see it for Miss Larsa until episode like 6 or 7.
Okay.
I know this is my game, but I'm gonna have to go ahead and co-sign with Danny.
You do the rose.
Baby, you weren't finna what you was doing. I thought you were gonna buck up at me. I'm not the one. I'm gonna take Danny's. Rose moment, because when she did that, when Martina just basically shit on everybody at the table and was like, "All right, girl." I was like, "Oh shit!" Listen, remember when Sheree was like, when Sheree saw Phaedra and Portia walking into Kenya's house, she was like, "Ooh, ooh." I was like, "That's some good shade there, honey. You got to be smart to catch that." She just negated everything that your girl said. I love that. My thorn, I guess, would be you know what? I'm gonna say Marisol acting like a follower, like in the Hamptons when it came to like that not the Julia situation. What's her name?
Nicole.
When it came to Nicole and basically fighting Alexia's battle. I was like, I didn't like that. I don't like no following bitches. Be your own girl.
Okay. It was some. I mean, they had some sporadic moments. I mean, I enjoyed the moment where the husband too. Well, not husband. What's his name? Todd told Peter that I'll fight you back. I was like, it was some moment. So
Peter wasn't ready for that.
He wasn't, and I was ready to see what's going to happen next. Bit. I was like,
I wish you would have.
I was like, "Ooh, what you gonna do?" Okay, we got Lisa on here. I think we got some audio this time. Let's see. Lisa, can you hear us?
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Oh,
come on.
Yeah. Okay, I'm on my phone. That's why I was on my laptop. I don't know what happened. But any kind of way, I know y'all got to go. Let's go for it. And I'm gonna tell you like this right here. Alexis been knowing all the time that man was gay. Okay, because it was word back in the day. It was word back in the day that man was homosexual. Okay, it was rumors then, and she knew it. Okay, I can understand you played your part, and so I don't think you should have brought that up. And that man ain't stupid. That's why he said, I ain't finna get in the middle of that. You ain't finna make no fool out of me on no live TV. And he said, no, I ain't finna be a part of that mess. Okay. And so I don't blame that man. No. Number one, your ex-husband is deceased. You should have just left it alone and let his legacy be what it is. Okay. And that's just it. Now I'm gonna tell you something. Now y'all know now Adriana got my nerves. Now I don't believe Adriana seen no Kanye raped penis, and she didn't know what's going on. And number two, and baby doll, I'm gonna say it like this right here. Kim K already said, get off y'all fucking asses and go to work. And that what Larsa did. Larsa got off her ass and she went to work, honey. Okay, and that's what she did. And she learned from Kim K how to make that money, okay? And so she still get that pimping money, but she wants some money on her own too. That's why she charging people on this fan app stuff. And I don't blame her. Get your money, girl. Pay for your booties. She got to pay for that, keeping that booty up high, like Kim K do. You know what I'm saying? Now I don't know her and Kim K still friend or not. That ain't none of my business. But I tell y'all, the reason why she want to move out to Los Angeles because Scott Pippen moved out to Los Angeles. Scott moved them out to Los Angeles, and that's how she met up with the Kardashians. But it seemed like to me, Adriana as jealous. You know what I'm saying? I ain't never like Adriana since season 3. I told y'all that once before because she lied about being mad. And all the time she was asking Lisa Black the hook up with some married men. Y'all remember that? I ain't never like Adriana ever since then. No,
I ain't
you
gonna lie.
ain't
I wasn't mad at Elisa for it. I wasn't mad at it.
No, I ain't mad. Number one, you want her lying, and then you want to put it all on Lisa. You want to put it all on a little black, and somebody now you are like you was around, you was married to that man, and you asked this woman to hook you up with some rich men. You cheating. You whore your damn self then. Okay, that's what it is. Other than that, baby doll, honey, that was getting on my last nerves. And I don't care if nobody else, everybody want to talk about Nicole. Y'all cannot say nothing about Nicole. Nicole is a damn doctor, okay? Regardless if they kick her off this show or not, baby doll, Nicole got MD behind her man. She gonna go and she gonna make this money, okay? You know what I'm saying? She gonna make she ain't got. I mean, if that man leave her, that's why she ain't worrying about that man because she's like she a MD. She an MD, baby doll. She don't need none. She can take her own self, baby doll, and she can go work at Am State in the United States of America. Now, them hoes got a problem with that. Help them hoes got a problem. They need to get rid of somebody. They get rid of Marisol. I'm so tired of Marisol and all her marriages. They need to go sit down somewhere, okay? Jamie, put your hand down. Marisol got to go.
Not too much.
Lisa, we're gonna let you go.
Not too much.
Lean out, okay?
Okay.
She can do.
I'm gonna tell you something. Come on for me. Jamie, you have not said me as your friend.
See what
you haven't requested me, Mama.
Yes, well, I have, boo. Follow her. I have requested you. It probably be on a cocktail walk.
The cock walk.
You go find her.
It probably be on the cocktail walk.
Oh, I got.
That's what you probably
okay. I'll go.
Yeah, okay. Jamie, you make sure you do your homework. Otherwise,
but Danny Chase, when I hook you up, y'all respond to me now, okay? Don't be like Jamie. Don't be like Jamie.
We would never be like Jamie.
They could. They wish. They want to be like me so bad.
Oh my God, we're about to.
I love y'all. Y'all my booze. I love y'all.
Thank you, Lisa. Whoa. I had to go ahead and bring her in because it was the last lead, so we wanted Lisa. I'm glad we were able to. And that's going to conclude basically our whole season recap. I mean, we've been here for what, since like December, I believe. It came out December, like
4 years.
Huh?
Oh, it's been 84 years.
It's actually not been that long compared to like Salt Lake City. I mean, Salt Lake City.
Girl, we've been in Salt Lake City for months.
Salt Lake City started in September, y'all, and it's still just not about the end. Ain't that crazy? That's crazy.
I feel like this was good. This was fun. This was the right amount of time, and it left us wanting more and not exhausted.
Right,
like some other seasons.
Something very quickly about Lisa. The one thing y'all cannot. Lisa is one thing, and she is consistent because she has said that every recap show. She feel her way, and that's that. And I appreciate that she's standing.
I love it. I love anybody stands in what they got to say. Even TK when he was wrong earlier. Please stand in it. Please, but feel how you want to feel. Say what you want to say. On that note, we're gonna lean out for real this time. Thank y'all for watching. It's been an amazing season. Thank you, Chase, Jamie, Danny, for being here. Whether it was every week, every other week, whatever it was, we still committed the time. We finished the season. And so I'm glad and content that we were able to do that. Thank you, Morgan, TKC, Demisio.
Thank you, guys.
Sarah, Nushka. A lot of y'all were here every Thursday as well.
Yes.
So all the commitments does not go unnoticed. Y'all have a good rest of y'all Thursday. Happy weekend. And don't forget to like this video. We'll see y'all Monday for Salt Lake City or Tuesday for New Jersey. Have a good night, y'all.
Miami.